How you doing, everyone? This is Chocolate AMUN-RA. Before we go into part two, which is really the fourth part series, and like I stated to you, this series we got a lot of talking about. We're gonna stay on this series for a while. You know, some of y'all probably not gonna like it, but I'm not here for that. I'm here to send the message out, and I hope some of y'all do get it. If you're in a relationship or you're looking forward to get into a relationship. Let's give all thanks to the Creator. That's more important. The Creator of the universe. The sun rises. Assalamu alaikum. Good morning. I am Chocolate AMUN-RA. I will say this at first. For anyone who haven't seen any of my videos on YouTube or on Facebook, if you're going to go on YouTube, go on I am Chocolate AMUN-RA, welcome. You type that in, I'll pop up, and you see different topics, different issues that I'll be discussing throughout my YouTube. It's the different ones. It doesn't. I might be dressed in this garment. I might be dressed in different garments, different clothing. It doesn't matter. Just pop that up in there, and you'll see it. So let's get right into it. I don't want to skip a beat. Go over a few things that we was already discussing. Love. Love is very important. It could be overrated. It depends on how we're using it. Because if a person is spoiled, and that was the last thing I stated about a spoiled individual, male or female, you're not going to be able to please these people. You're not going to be able to do that. You're not going to be able to please these people because these people are spoiled. And they're on another level of spoiledness. I'm not going to get too deep involved with spoiled routine. I don't have time for that, to be honest with you. It's a waste of time. You can spot a spoiled person, okay? Now, some people can spoil themselves on their own, demanding things. You know, they demand things and demand things from you. And you got to be careful with that insecurity, okay? Be very careful with insecure people, because insecure people want you to cater to them. And when you cater to them and it comes to the point that they're so used to it, they're not going to let that go. Is that love? No, it's not. And I say it to you again, you need to get these books and read it. Shahrazad Ali. The Black Man's Guide to Understanding the Black Woman. The Black Woman's Guide to Understand the Black Man. Some of y'all do have these books. You might have one of them. I don't know which one. But as you can see, I have both of them. To me, it doesn't make sense to have one without the other. You need both to understand. Because some of y'all really don't understand. And some of y'all read this book, and it helped you. Because there's people who clearly stated reading the book helped them, because what it did was it opened up the inner core of understanding themselves first. To understanding themselves first, then they can stop all the rhetoric, all the revenge they seem to want. When I say seem to want revenge, if they being with a man, a lot of women love revenge. Men love revenge too, but women take it to another level. So understand these points that I'm giving you. Truly understand some of these points that I'm giving. First thing we want to discuss, and I'm going to read just a few things to give you a few pointers. Now, listen here. It's not to discourage you or throw you off in any kind of way. These are pointers. These are pointers. You're a grown man or grown woman. Let's stop playing these games. You want a good relationship, you got to work on it. And if that person's not working with you, then you find out who's who. Who's really the problem. And I stated to you that if you just want to get into a relationship because a man looks good, and I got to keep it real and honest with y'all, because his penis or his cock or his dick is really big, you in a whole lot of trouble. Because you only thinking one way. Reverse. For the man who wants to be with a woman because she is so fine. She's so beautiful. Her titties, her bosom is so juicy. Her backside, her ass, her booty is so big. Her waistline is thin. Well, you're in a whole lot of trouble. Because that's all you're looking for. Is the physical prospect of the love affair. It ain't have nothing to do with what you prepared to go into in a relationship. A relationship is deep. When you're in a relationship, it's deep. A woman's love ain't no different from a man's love. Don't ever let people fool you. People go, oh, a woman is more deeper. No, it's not. No, it's not. We're going to get into that later on. Your love is your love. You put so many obstacles in the way of your love flow, your energy flow. You got to work on your love for yourself. Then you can love your spouse or your mate. And if you sit there and talk about, I found my soulmate, you ain't found nothing. You ain't found nothing. Soulmate? That means you're going to be with that person forever. Long suffering. Because whatever they go through or you go through, you got to go along with it. And if you look at another person, I'm about to blow your mind. If you look at another man or a woman and you think they're more beautiful than the one that you with, that's not your soulmate. That's not your soulmate. You tolerating them. Now people going to sit there, oh, I can look wherever I want. Sure you can. You can look whatever you want. But if you sitting up there and entwined looking at this woman, you a man, you looking at this woman, and you going, damn, she fine as hell. And you as a woman sitting up there, damn, he is sexy, he is so fine. And you with your man? And you in the relationship? Your relationship is bull crap. Because you have now sat up there and disrespect mentally. And you have now mapped this picture in your head of this individual. And you scoped them out. You forgot all about the one you love. See, some of y'all don't understand a real relationship. You don't understand it. No one's supposed to be more beautiful than your mate. No one's supposed to be smarter than your mate. No one's supposed to be able to do the things that your mate do for you. Unless you have that open relationship, and you got to open up your mouth. You got to sit there and say it and give that person respect to see if they want to be part of that. Come on, I'm going on all spectrums right now. I'm not sitting up here trying to play devil's advocate. No. If you're in a relationship and you have more than one wife, then you be honest about that. If you're telling your wife, listen here, this is what you're not doing, this is what I'm going to do if you don't, hey, you gave them a choice. Remember now, reverse. Some of you men, if you ain't doing what you're supposed to do for your wife, and she tell you in your face, she tell you, you ain't doing this. This is what I'm going to do. Now you got to eat that. Are you prepared to eat that? Okay, let me break it down for you. Since some of y'all might go, what do you mean eat that? If your wife says, there, listen, honey, you're not paying me enough attention. Okay? You don't make me feel loved. I don't feel loved. You're not having sex. Because most of the time it's is always the number one thing, sex. And it's a big thing now, but it's not that big. But if you're not doing it for the flesh, for you could show each other expressions through the sexual intercourse, you see, you got to show the expression. Well, guess what's going to happen? Listen, it's going to happen. We can't be phony about this. We have to be real. We can't be phony. You can't expect somebody to sit around and wait for you. You better open your mouth and say, listen, I'm not feeling this way. Something's wrong. We got to go to the doctors. You got to do something. Because naturally, the person's going to do something. So you got to figure this out. You know, you got to go to the doctors, psychiatrist, medical doctor. And if none of them can help you, then you and your husband need to sit down and talk, and don't hold each other down with chains. You might have to bring in a third party, but this third party has to be understandable. You can't lie to that third person. Oh yeah, I wasn't expecting nothing like that. That's real. See, you don't want to be real. You don't want the truth. Because you live through the Western world theology. What if you have to do that? What if you have to do that? Would you be able to sit there and you go out and you let your wife, you got another man humping on your wife? Would you be able to do that? Some of y'all are going, this nigga's crazy right now. I know you are. Because the next solution is leave her. Or you leave him. Or you can't do that because you love her so deeply. Then don't cheat on her then. Gotcha. I got you. That's why I did that scenario out you. I got you. Because if you can't do that to her or him, then don't cheat. Because see what it is, you don't want to be open about it. You want to hide behind the closet and be able to do all your little dirty deeds while I'll have to look in that person's face and be honest about it. Think about what I just said. You wasn't expecting me to do that. I know that. Because you don't want the truth. You want to lie. You want to do your little dirty deed so you can feel comfortable about that. That's why when you think about that man in your mind, you think about that woman in your mind, you know nobody's going to know about that. You're not even thinking about God as knowing about what you're thinking. You're not worrying about that. And don't say you are, because you're not. I want to tell you what hurts a relationship a lot if you're not entwined together. Religion. The Holy Bible, the authenticity, humans, Christianity versus purpose, trigger, Jesus Church, cannibalism, and preachers. Religion could play a big part in a relationship. It could work fine, or it could be a disaster. Later on, we're going to get into all that stuff. Okay? Appearance and how you look is very important. Your wardrobe, sneakers, rules, cool, jewelry, your hair, your image, what you look like. Number one to me is communication. Conversation, English, lying. You know how you women love lying. Yes, men, you lie too. Crying, truth, fear, hostility, war, ego. By any means necessary. Now, I gave you a few pointers, and I want to say this to you. Please jot these things down that I stated. Understand what I'm saying. I gave you little tricks. I tricked you up a little bit to see how would you be able to think about it. But please, think about what I'm saying. Get these books. Get them. It's important. This is part 4. I'm Chocolate AMUN-RA. Have a wonderful day. Peace.